Hello everyone, welcome to Dynamic Study. This is the 19th quiz class on European literature and it is the first quiz on European literature. Today we will discuss 10 important MCQs from this area. But before starting this video, I would like to inform you that you can visit the official website of Dynamic Study to practice more and more MCQs. I have already uploaded a lot more MCQs there. Please practice it as much as possible and it will definitely help you in your exam preparation. So let's begin today's class. First question. Which novel of Gunter Grass is about the victimization of Germans in World War II? Gunter Grass, you all know, he is mainly famous for his novel The Tin Drum. So, which of his novel is about the victimization of Germans in World War II? You have four options. Option 1, The Tin Drum. Option 2, The Flounder. Option 3, Crab Walk. And option 4, Peeling the Onion. The right option is option number 3, Crab Walk. It is a novel which deals with the story of the victimization of the German people during the time of Second World War. Next question. Which novel of Albert Camus has dramatic monologues on philosophical themes? Albert Camus, you all know, he is mainly known as an existentialist writer and The Myth of Sisyphus is his most famous essay. And so which novel of Camus has dramatic monologues on philosophical themes? You need to identify the name of the novel. You have four options. Option 1, The Fall. Option 2, The Plague. Option 3, The Outsider. And option 4, none of the above. What will be the right answer? The right answer is option number 1, The Fall. It is based on some philosophical themes and it is composed in the form of dramatic monologues. Okay. The Plague talks about plague which is set in Oran city. Okay. Next question. Who among the following wrote an adaptation of Christopher Marlowe's Dr. Faustus? Dr. Faustus is a masterpiece play of Marlowe, you all know that. So which writer wrote an adaptation of this famous play of Marlowe? You have four options. Option 1, Albert Camus. Option 2, Gunter Grass. Option 3, Eugene Ionesco. And option 4, Thomas Mann. The right option is Thomas Mann, option number 4. And the adaptation is titled as Dr. Faustus, The Life of the German Composer Adrian Leverkühn Told by a Friend. This is the complete title, please remember that. And it is an adaptation written by Thomas Mann. Thomas Mann is also famous because he has written a preface to Joseph Conrad's famous novel Secret Agent. And he received Nobel Prize in 1929. He is the writer of novels like Buddenbrooks, Death in Venice, The Magic Mountain, etc. Okay. Next question. Which play of Bertolt Brecht has a young prostitute as the protagonist? You all know that Bertolt Brecht is mainly famous for the idea which he has developed, that is the idea of epic theatre. Yes. So, which play of Bertolt Brecht has a young prostitute as the protagonist? Option 1, Mother Courage and Her Children. Option 2, The Good Women of Sizuan. Option 3, Three Penny Opera. And option 4, Life of Galileo. The right answer is The Good Women of Sizuan, option number 2. This is a kind of non-Aristotelian drama, and it is taken from a Chinese parable. The source of this play is a Chinese parable, and the name of the prostitute is Kenti, Schenteh. She is also a Chinese prostitute, and she tries to live a good life, but her country people is very much indifferent to her. So she dresses herself as a male cousin, as a male person, in order to get rid of this business of prostitute. So she wants to get rid of this kind of life of a prostitute, but she is getting no help from any of her neighbors or any of her country people. All are very much indifferent to her. That's why she decides to dress herself as a male cousin, and to get rid of her customers. That is the basic plot line of this work, The Good Women of Sichuan. And Threepenny Opera, you all know, it is influenced by Jean Genet's The Beggar's Opera. The famous British writer Jean Genet, Beggar's Opera. Threepenny Opera is influenced by Jean Genet's Beggar's Opera. And Life of Galileo is also an important play by Bertolt Brecht, which talks about, which actually criticizes the scientific belief and dogmatic beliefs of the then Europe. Okay, next question. The Resistable Rise of Arturo is a parable play written by whom? This is a parable play, The Resistable Rise of Arturo. Who is the author of the play? Option 1, Eugene Ionesco. Option 2, Henrik Ibsen. Option 3, Bertolt Brecht. And option 4, none of the above. The right answer is option number 3, Bertolt Brecht. Bertolt Brecht has also written the play The Resistable Rise of Arturo. He has also written another play, The Caucasian Chalk Circle, In the Jungle of Cities, and Mother. Mother is also another play by Bertolt Brecht, which is based on Maxim Gorky's novel The Mother. Maxim Gorky is a Russian writer. Okay. Question number 6. Who wrote an adaptation of Shakespeare's play Henry IV? Option 1, Arthur Miller. Option 2, Henrik Ibsen. Option 3, Balzac. And option 4, Luigi Pirandello. What is the right option? The right option is option number 4, Luigi Pirandello. He is an Italian writer, and he is mainly famous for the play. He is mainly famous for the work 6 Characters in Search of an Author. That is his most famous writing, Luigi Pirandello. Next question. A writer should not allow himself to be turned into an institution. Who said so? A writer should not be institutionalized. So this is a famous quotation by which famous writer? Which famous French writer? Option 1, Albert Camus. Option 2, Jean-Paul Sartre. Option 3, Charles Baudelaire. And option 4, Balzac. The right option is option number 2, Jean-Paul Sartre. Jean-Paul Sartre made this statement while refusing the Nobel Prize. He refused the Nobel Prize because he believed that a writer should not be turned into an institution. A writer should not be institutionalized. Okay. Charles Baudelaire is famous for coining the term modernism. He is a famous French writer. Question number 8. Which novel of Jean Genet has male prostitution as its theme? It's very interesting. Male prostitution is the theme of which novel of Jean Genet? You have 4 options. Option 1, The Thief's Journal. Option 2, The Maids. Option 3, The Balcony. And option 4, all of the above. The right option is option number 1, The Thief's Journal. The title contains the word journal, but it is not a journal. It is actually a novel written by Jean Genet, which is based on the theme of male prostitution. And please remember that The Balcony is another notorious kind of novel by Jean Genet, which is set in a brothel. Okay. Next question. Which character in Dostoyevsky's novel does compare himself with Napoleon? Fyodor Dostoyevsky, you all know, he is the writer of the famous novels like Crime and Punishment, Brothers Karamazov, etc. So which character in Dostoyevsky's novel compares himself with Napoleon Bonaparte, the famous French king? Option 1, Nikolavich Mishkin. Option 2, Marmeladov. Option 3, Raskolnikov. And option 4, Fyodor Karamazov. What is the right option? The right option is option number 3, Raskolnikov. Raskolnikov is the protagonist of Dostoyevsky's famous novel Crime and Punishment. Marmeladov is also a character in the same novel. Fyodor Karamazov is a character in his novel Brothers Karamazov. And Nikolavich Mishkin, I think he is a character in the novel The Idiot. If I am not wrong, The Idiot is the novel. But please check it out. I am not exactly sure about that. But I think that it is The Idiot, in which Nikolavich Mishkin is a character. Last question. Which novel of Dostoyevsky was originally titled as Transgression and Retribution? It was the original title, later the title becomes something else. So you need to identify which novel of Dostoyevsky was originally titled as Transgression and Retribution. You have 4 options. Option 1, Crime and Punishment. Option 2, Brothers Karamazov. Option 3, The Idiot. And option 4, Notes from Undergrounds. The right option is Crime and Punishment, option number 1. This novel is basically set in St. Petersburg, and Raskolnikov is the protagonist. Raskolnikov is actually a poor student. He wants to kill an old woman who is a pawnbroker to steal all her money. But Raskolnikov has a conflict in his mind. He cannot kill her, but he is in a kind of dual position. So he goes to a pub, and there he meets a character called Marmeladov. I have mentioned in the previous slide. And Marmeladov, he has found that Marmeladov is in more deplorable condition than him. And later Raskolnikov receives a letter from his mother. His mother has told him that his sister Dania is going to marry a man called Lachin, L-A-C-H-I-N, Lachin, so that Lachin can give some money to their family. But Raskolnikov knows that Dania doesn't love Lachin. Lachin is a very bad man. So Raskolnikov wants to prevent this marriage, and that's why Raskolnikov finally decides to kill the old woman, the pawnbroker, to get the money so that he can prevent the marriage of his sister. And later Petrovich, the magistrate, is given the charge to investigate the murder, and Petrovich later identifies Raskolnikov as the criminal, as the murderer, because Raskolnikov has written an article, anonymously he has written an article where he has said that if a common man commits a crime, it is not always punishable if there is some helplessness or there is some compulsion behind it. So if out of compulsion, out of helplessness, common man commits a crime, it is not always punishable. So from that statement, Petrovich identifies that Raskolnikov is a criminal, and later he is sent to prison. So and in the meantime, a lot of incidents happens. Raskolnikov falls in love with Sonia, the sister of Marmeladov, and he later marries Sonia. So this is the kind of brief plot line of Crime and Punishment. It's a very important novel written by Fyodor Dostoyevsky. Okay, so here our today's quiz class ends. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please subscribe the channel to get more informative videos like this, and like this video, share this video with your friends. Thank you very much. Keep on watching Dynamic Study, keep on learning. We will meet very soon in another class, another interesting quiz session. Have a nice day. Bye bye.